Hey everyone, it's Scrap Happy Cat back again with another inexpensive way to enhance your scrapbook projects or card making projects, whatever it is you desire. I don't know if you've recently noticed that in the industry, Glimmer Mists have become pretty popular, or different sprays. Now I bought this back when it was just starting to come out on the market, probably 3 years ago now, and if you can see, I don't know, I paid $9.39 for it. Oh, ouch, that was expensive. And it was so expensive that I didn't want to waste it, so I ended up not using it. And it gets kind of clogged up if you don't use it, dries out, and then it's kind of hard to use. But, fabulously, I have recently discovered, by thanks to YouTube and lots of tutorials, that you can make your own for a fraction of the cost. So if you were one of those kids who like to splatter paint or spray paint or whatever, this is for you and whoever else feels like being crafty. So here you can see I've been experimenting with a few different Glimmer Mists that I've made. You can have the blotchier look or more of an actual mist and spray that covers better. And how do we make it? Pretty simple. What you need is a sprayer. Now I've got this little spritzer from Ranger. I bought it at Michael's mini mister. And of course you don't have to get this one. You can get them at the dollar store, bigger ones, like probably more this size, with a little spritzer on the end, and that's all you really need. So we're going to take this little mister, which I can use up and refill with whatever color I want. And it's got almost all the way up filled here with water, and it's warm water so that it'll dilute a little bit of glue. Now I'm putting glue in so that the glimmer is going to stick to the page a little better. Not much, like really a couple drops. You can see what I did there. A couple drops of glue I just put in. This is Multi-Posh from the dollar store. Now you can use any acrylic paint, but if you want the shimmer, the best thing to do is buy a metallic. If you buy a metallic paint, then your shimmer or your mist is going to be metallic or have that glimmer shimmery look. Now I have this pinkish purple here that I'm going to use, and it's not metallic. So what I'm going to do to make it shimmer, just as much color as you want. Like, doesn't really, there's no real measuring involved here. To give it the shimmer, I'm going to use Pearl X. Now, probably not many people have this in their scrapbook supplies, but I have way too many random things, and I happen to have Pearl X. So I'm going to pull out one of these, and the reason it has to be Pearl X if you're putting actual glimmer in is because it is so thin. It's actually a powder, and it won't clog up your mister. So I'm just going to grab some like this and stick it in there, maybe a bit more. Some shimmer, and that's it. Screw the lid on. Always have paper towel handy when you're playing with this, and I would suggest not having a white surface, but I just never learn. Shake it up so that it's gonna dilute the ink or the glue through the whole thing. Check to see how much color. See, that is not very colorful. So I'm just put, this is really watery paint for some reason, so it's going to need more, I can tell. I'm just going to put a bunch in there. It's like water, actually. Strange. Probably pretty old. Maybe I even got it at a yard sale. No, me. Try again. There we go. See? Oh, the color's coming now. How fun is that? This is just on some scrap paper. Cool. Okay, so you can just spray around and create a blotchy surface if you want. And here's another cool technique. Lay down a die cut or a sticker or whatever, and then take your spritzer I'm going to make a mess, but it should come off with water. Now, not only have I colored this, which I can use in that color, but I have created a mask with a butterfly behind it on my page. Pretty cool. And wasn't that simple and pretty cheap? Because most people have acrylic paints, water, no problem, and some glue. So all you really need is some spritzer, a spray bottle, which maybe you can have one of those in the house, who knows. Now it's going to be wet, and sometimes it curls. If you get it too wet, the paper is going to curl a bit. If you want it to dry faster, you can use a heat tool if you have one, otherwise just set it aside. And this one, I can see I put quite a bit on. You can also just take some paper towel and lay it across, press it to soak up the extra. Now I think I'm going to make a card from this, and if you're interested in seeing my final product, or project rather, just go to my blog at scraphappycat.blogspot.com and you can see my finished product, or my finished card, using this piece of paper. But to show you how it can be done on a scrapbook page, I actually have one finished. And if you want a better look, again, just go to my blog, because here I'm not sure if I'm getting it very well. But you can see that's a pretty fun background with some just little squirts of teal color coming through there. You just use plain paper and you created pattern paper in a sense. Now this is thinner paper, so it warped the paper a little bit, but the heavier duty your cardstock, the less it's going to curl from the wetness. The best is actually using watercolor paper, they say, but that I do not have in my supply list. So again, I hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial on Glimmer Mists. You can't really see, but it's super shiny. That's the Pearl X, but I think the green one here, which is also very shiny, I used just the metallic paint, so that works just as well. So I hope you enjoy, I hope you try it out and have a blast with this. And till next time, have